And hello, everybody. Welcome to Braemar Arena. My apologies. It's like a homecoming. Loudon Hogue is going to be starting in goal. It's like a homecoming, Bart Archer, because who do I see but John Hess, Matt Foll, and Tom Wurst, class of '85 Hornets. Oops, what?
No worries. You went through the gauntlet, Pete, and you survived.
I went 10 steps. Mike DeVoe was in the house, here to see his nephew, Johnny DeVoe. Look who gets the nod up front. They're going with Alex Illies, the senior. He'll be joined by Luke Rugemer and also Cole Kavanaugh. No anthem. Jake Boltman knew it right away. He took off. So we're going to start this thing up. Wade Chido is your coach for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. I did an extended interview with him, which was just awesome, Bart. He was the Bemidji Lumberjack coach for a long time.
I remember.
Played for a long time, played for Coach Saratori. And 3 days before the season, unfortunate circumstances kind of happened upon this Thunderhawk team, and he jumps in and they get a very capable, quality coach. They're going to play a little bit of a different style. They're going to play his way, which is a little more up-tempo.
Well, and the longer they play, the more of his style they'll be able to incorporate. But this is a new and improved Grand Rapids team. Obviously, a little bit of a fresh look, so to speak, but they have a lot of players that can put the puck in the net. They have good balance in their scoring. I think there's probably 10 or 11 players that actually have tallied a goal, and a couple with multiple goals. They have their work cut out for them tonight, and the Hornets are going to have to play a really good game to have success.
And we're underway. The Tradition Edina Holiday Classic, presented by Tradition Companies at traditionco.com. Illies works in on the forecheck as it's going to be the Thunderhawks Del Greco with it. Back in control now on the defense. That's Peart. No relation, of course. Let's get it out there to rock and roll Great Neil. Right wing side, my favorite drummer. There's a quick shot by Peart. That's blocked. I'm sure he's tired of hearing that. In comes Illies to fish out over for Kavanaugh. Now it's going to be Gunnar Johnson back behind for Boltman, who's going to be forced back in behind on the forecheck by the Thunderhawks. On that play, that was Hunter Bischoff. Now it's going to be Kavanaugh for the Hornets, back it across the line. He's checked on the play. And now it's going to be Boltman with it as he backpedals and bumps the boards. Kavanaugh, in deep it goes. Hornets will change on the fly. Nick Williams jumps the boards for Edina. It looks like Borst as well. And now back in behind the net, Williams with it. He'll be joined by Wyatt Wurst on the back line. Happy birthday to him, just turned 16 the other day.
Oh, my word.
Stick save, turned aside.
Kind of a milestone.
Gonna hand him the keys.
I'm sure the parents are very comfortable, but he's a very responsible hockey player, and I'm sure that translates to his negotiating Minnesota roads in the middle of winter.
You know, one thing that you can mention about this Edina squad is they've had a number of players that have rotated in and out of the lineup, especially up front. Looks like they've stabilized back in on the back line with the 6 that they're going with right now.
Yep.
Now to the right wing side, they go with DeVoe across the line. That's in on goal with Stone going to the net. And that's held on to by the very talented Carter Clafton, 3-2 on the season with a 2.28 and a 9.22. You know, Sean Goldsworthy, lofty praise for him, saying he's one of the best goaltenders he's seen.
Well, and the numbers dictate that, but Elk River 3-2 coming into this context, and Clafton's a big part of that. Solid goals against, solid save percentage.
Has the big C for the captaincy on his left chest emblazoned, and he's going to be one of those guys, Bart, on the short list for the Frank Brimsek Award for the Senior Goaltender of the Year. Puck will be played back by Jimmy Clark. Good to see that he's healthy and back in the lineup for the Hornets, the prolific freshman. Now out of the corner, it's going to be handled by Miskovich. A little bit of help there. Sturl is there. He'll stay on it. Clips that one too high for Wyatt Miskovich, the senior. And out of the zone they go. Here comes Clark. He's got a man on the left wing side. That was Willie Johnson, steered out of there by Clafton. You're going to have to earn your marks against this Thunderhawk tendy. Back from center, it's sent right back in with pace. Now it's going to be Gunnar Johnson bumped on the play. That by Miskovich, looks to play it out front, gets a little bit of help from Del Greco on the forecheck. Now the Hornets' Illies back down low as he's watched on the play by Del Greco. Up to the right wing side, that's played back over. Now Johnson gains center, is going to chip this one in deep back in behind as the Hornets will go to work on the forecheck. Back behind the net it goes. Play to the left wing side as it's bumped back into center ice area. Here they come now across the line. The Thunderhawks, I mentioned they're going to play at tempo and pace. You can see it right now here in the early going. From the top of the left circle, it's going to be Johnson again, back behind for Boltman. In the left corner now as he's watched on the play by Bischoff. Back to the neutral zone. That's going to be controlled by Sam Sterl. As now from the right wing side, it's played rink wide by the Hornets, Luke Rugemer. Kavanaugh was there. Rugemer plays the body. Now it's Boltman. Little extra shiver, the old how's she going to Hunter Bischoff. By the way, I owe a hello to Jay Larson, who checked in on our last tilt. I was too busy multitasking like a progressive rock keyboardist.
I had a lot going on.
Multiple keyboards and all sorts of things. Stone plays that one ahead. Looked for DeVoe on the play as it's bumped off the boards and played rink wide. Back in go the Thunderhawks with Sterl. Plays this one back into the near corner. Waiting on that was Peart. Now he's going to play it ahead. That one's off the stick, no ice on the play. Now Nicholas Williams watches his man to the corner. Borst is there. Borst will try to work his way along the wall. Back up into the neutral zone it goes. That one slides away from Williams, and it's set up back in behind the net. Wyatt Wurst, Nicholas Williams, now to the right wing side, long pass. That one was sent from DeVoe. He gets it back. He's got Borst with him. DeVoe loads it up. He can shoot, and there's a nice save made by the goaltender, Carter Clafton.
Wow, really nice zone exit by the Edina Hornets. Very methodical coming out of the zone, but some good work. Grant Wilson on defense actually anticipated the play, stepped up and stopped that onward rush. But Edina did maintain possession, get control, and put a offering to Carter Clafton. Nice save by Clafton. 12:51 left in a scoreless first period.
Hello to Jane Morrow watching on from
Awesome.
Lovely northern Arizona.
Watching the Wild,
Of
I'm
course,
sure, in the Yotes.
yours truly, sister.
Yep.
Yeah, watching the Coyotes and the Wild going at it, and Edina.
She's busy.
The Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. Mike Dow is in the house. Chris Berglund and Charlie Shermone. Wow. Hey, John Sands, get us that Edina Hornet girls game. They had a very good Forest Lake team in front of them. They were up 3-0 at one juncture, so we get a final on that. That would be great. Back into the corner it goes. Now this is the Clark line, along with Willie Johnson and A.J. Dahl, inserted back in the lineup after his brief injury. Now it's Wilson with it. They look ahead. Rolling puck to center. And now Wyatt Wurst comes away with it as he looks up ice. Nice job by Clark to deflect that away, as now it's Williams. His shot's deflected off the gear of McCray Murphy and up and out of play.
Well, I'd like to thank everybody that joined us. It's going to be a great couple days. If you've just joined us and didn't catch the Eden Prairie bested the Elk River Elks 6-1 in a contest previously. And this one seems to have taken pretty good shape. In fact, this Grand Rapids team, I hate to kind of bring it to this area, but those jerseys are unbelievably cool.
They're as good as they get. They've kind of got a combo old school, new school.
I like it. Very stylish. Look good, play good, right? But Pete, this is only my second blush with Edina. Obviously, we covered the opening game against Benilde St. Margaret's, but things to focus is just their zone exits. If they can get out of the zone cleanly, they can be a very effective team.
Back at center ice, sent in behind. Cut off by Hogue. Boltman outlets right wing side to Rugemer as they'll play this ahead to Illies. He goes to the net hard. Kavanaugh, and off goes the net. That's taking it to the can with authority.
Well, indeed, he had the mindset, and we're speaking of Cole Kavanaugh, the senior forward. He's got the C on his chest, but he drove to the net, worked his edges quite well. Clafton held his space, but the net gave way, so hence face off to Clafton's right. But that's what Edina, nice zone exit speed through the neutral, cross ice pass, and it was Kavanaugh that sprung in. Pretty good defense as far as closing the gap on that one, but Clafton held firm.
Kyle Shaggy Courtney on board here tonight. Hello to you.
Hello, Kyle.
I always like having you on board. My night is complete.
Well, we can relax now.
Let me rephrase. Close to complete.
Yeah.
Boris chops that one up the left wing boards. Boris is going to come away with it. He has Stone with him. And now it's played right back in, a bounding puck. Hogue's going to be content to just cover that up as it was Goring, Brandon Goring coming down the slot area.
Well, Loudon Hogue, his numbers are actually pretty good. He's 1-3-1, but he had 319 goals against with a .882. Obviously room for improvement, but he's really made some good saves, at least in the brief times that I've seen him. So I don't think his game is really, he kind of got out of the gate a little bit sluggish, but his game is right where it needs to be. It's the defense in front of him that have to improve, and it looks like Edina's at least tracking the right direction.
Williams with a fine play defensively. Now it's Boris to come away with it. Stone is there, Boris to help out, and they'll look this one back into the zone. Behind the net it goes for Williams. Williams plays this up to the right wing side for Boris to find Stone. Stone tries to shovel that one in deep and does. They'll change on the fly. Back into the Edina zone it goes. Hogue the save, puck's loose. Now Clark up ice. Clark and Dahl along with Johnson are joined by Enriquez and Henches on the blue line.
And Cody Miller did a nice job of hanging with Clark and really limiting his forward progress. Nice job by the Grand Rapids forward.
Enriquez will retrieve back in behind the net. Back over for Henches, who surveys, plays that one ahead, touch pass. And now it's controlled by the Thunderhawks as they'll turn this one back through with Peart. They look ahead, bumped off the boards. And on goal, Hogue is going to steer that one over for Clark. Clark puts on the brakes behind the net. Outlets to Willie Johnson off his stick to center ice it goes, as the Thunderhawks will regroup in their own zone. That rolls a stick there. Quick change by the Hornets as they get the space covered there. Now it's going to be Illies looking to force things up ice. And it's played to the right wing side and sent right back in. Behind the net it goes. Now on the play it's Del Greco, checked by Boltman. Handled now by Murphy. He's checked by Enriquez on the play. Left wing side for Kavanaugh. Off to the bench goes Enriquez, and on comes Gunnar Johnson. Back in behind. From the corner, they look back behind again. Lots of traffic back there. Wraparound attempt. Clafton gets the big stick down. Here's a clapper from the blue line that hits traffic. That's Rugemer in front as they'll look to play this one back up to the line. Johnson, rink wide he goes. There's a shot from Boltman in on goal. So far, Clafton's been perfect here the early going. 8:42 to go and a scoreless first.
Well, he's been called upon a couple times. Pretty good sequence by the Edina Hornets. Really, Rugemer got in there and started creating some havoc. Good possession. He had two Thunderhawk defenders on him. Came out with the puck, put it out front. Kavanaugh put it over, but Boltman, pretty good shot on goal. But Clafton looks very comfortable in goal. Came out and challenged him. Made the save.
Off the glass it goes. And from the right wing side, you want a pen? That deflects up off the netting, not out of play. Big check thrown there by Boltman.
Ooh, get the elbows down.
How about that? We were just offered some pasta from Janae Henches.
I'm sorry?
We were just offered dinner from Janae Henches.
Oh, how about that?
They do it right here at Edina High School.
She's always been very nice.
Absolutely. From center ice to the right wing side they go. Bonner will play that one in. Now it's Wyatt Wurst outlets. Borst plays this one rink wide. Gathered in by DeVoe as he's going to play this deep. Clafton, here comes Emmett Wurst on the forecheck, plays the body there. Wurst is joined now by Nolan Williams and icing the call.
Well, that was a pass off the boards from Cody Miller. The junior forward for this Thunderhawk team just eluded him just by a couple inches. Otherwise, he might have had a nice track into Loudon Hogue. But again, missed kind of a missed pass. So faceoff's going to be to Clafton's right. 7:29 left in a scoreless first period.
Face-off win by Emmett Wurst to cousin Wyatt. That one misses the mark. They try to go short angle there. Now it's fished at behind the net by Nolan Williams, and out front it goes, and they'll whistle that one down.
Well, I think the net came off the moorings. That's why hence the whistle. But one thing that I've noticed first and foremost about this Thunderhawk defensive group is when they're in the offensive zone, you know, many years previous, they'd bail off that blue line pretty quick because they were uncomfortable. Now they look confident. They're holding the blue line. They're interrupting the passes a little bit more. They're jumping the routes and showing some confidence on that back line. And that could give Edina problems throughout the course of this game.
Back behind the net it goes. Now it's the Thunderhawks to the right wing side, held in there by Wyatt Wurst. Back into the corner it goes. Mork Way was there. Turned over. Clark can accelerate. Look at the freshman dangle. Back down low he goes, protects the puck, stays on it, lays it back up for Wyatt Wurst. Rink wide he goes. That's Nicholas Williams with the shot there. That's deflected. He's going to regroup back into his own zone. Williams looks ahead. Off the left wing boards, picked up by Clark across the line. He has speed as he's going to carry this one deep, protects. And now it's a wraparound attempt. Clafton is there, and he covers up. With 6:29 to go in the first, and we're still scoreless.
Wow, Jimmy Clark actually possessing the puck, got the puck down low, and it was Willie Johnson that came out, tried to tuck it short side. But Clafton had that post protected, held on to that puck, so face off again to his left. 6:29 to go. A lot of time of recent by the Edina Hornets on their forecheck there, taking good angles, putting good pressure on the defenders for this Thunderhawk team.
Grand Rapids and Edina. Legendary matchup between these two as they have
two-story programs.
Yeah, they have some. It really dates back to the 70s when we had those classic state tournament eras between these two teams.
John Rothstein was one of the players that made me fall in love with high school hockey. Always had an affection for this Thunderhawk program.
Now it's going to be Boltman with it. Yeah, it's interesting because you kind of feel like there's a bit of a link between these two programs and these two towns when it comes to hockey. The buildings are electric. There's a lot of pride in the program. The kids want to grow up to be Thunderhawks. They want to grow up to be Hornets. And they really, I think if you pick two programs that mirror each other the most, it's these two. And there's a ton of respect for each.
Absolutely.
You know, the only bummer is that Grand Rapids comes down to play Edina here at Braemar every year. It'd be nice if the Hornets could go up to the IRA Civic Center, which I love that place so much.
It's probably my second or third favorite rink in the state of Minnesota. It's just got a great atmosphere. I remember playing there when I was in Bantams. It was a fun time.
Hasn't changed a lick. Now Wyatt Wurst has it from the left point. That's a wrist shot go. I also like the Hibbing Memorial. That thing's pretty awesome as well. Virginia.
Oh, there's a lot of great ones.
You can go through the whole range. It's just awesome. Great place.
The minute I made the statement, it's just like, oh, I wish I could hit the rewind button,
no,
because there's a lot of great ones out there. There really is.
It's great to reminisce about the great tradition of high school hockey in Minnesota for sure. Stone chops at that one up and out of play. It goes.
Well, and Stone is one of these players. Nate Stone, junior forward, came in, scored a late goal for Edina during the White Bear Lake game. So kind of coming in and making an impression already, but he's getting a regular shift, and he certainly earns it. But I like what I've seen from Edina so far. They're skating. Edina's always traditionally been one of the hardest working teams in high school hockey, and this year is certainly no exception. But I really like the work ethic of this Grand Rapids team. They're battling, they're winning one-on-one battles, and there's just a lot of good things to draw from this Thunderhawk team moving forward. But they play a very exciting brand.
They'll face off to the left of Clafton.
4:44 left in the first.
Big check thrown off the corner by Dahl. You'll see plenty of that out of him. Not the biggest frame out there. Oh, a slash coming up in the offensive zone. Right in front of the official.
Well, this is going to be a great opportunity for the Thunderhawks. 21.4 on the power play. They're 3 for 14, looking to improve that number. Edina, kind of a pedestrian 80% for the Edina Hornets squad, but they have a challenge in front of them. But the Thunderhawks have some players that can put the puck in the net, so Loudon Hogue might have to be their best penalty killer, but challenge is now in front of the Edina Hornets. Big face-off for this Grand Rapids Thunderhawk team.
Clark, the face-off win to the corner. There's Boltman with it, off the glass, and alleviates the pressure with 4 minutes and 26 to go in the first. 1:51 to go on the power play on the slashing call.
To Willie Johnson.
Thunderhawks outlet to the left wing side, in front of the bench. Lots of snow there right now. Guide this one down to the right wing side. That's Braden Holcomb. And now to the right corner it goes, back to the left corner. Swinging it back over for Holcomb. Up to the line. Peart gets it back. That from Del Greco. Peart pressured. Uh-oh, here comes Clark. He's got a possible breakaway. He has pressure from behind. Clark it on goal, and a pad save made by Clafton. You know, you got to credit Holcomb with creating that hurried shot, and Clafton holding his ground to keep that one out of the back of the net.
And Del Greco for chasing him down and really forced him to shoot, I think, a little earlier than he wanted to.
Back in across the line now for the Thunderhawks. That's Peart with it, gets it deep, and now it's Illies who finds an opening and sends that one the length of the ice. Thunderhawks will set up now with 46 to go in the man advantage.
3:18 in the period.
Hornets now taking options away. They need more movement. There they go. Off the left wing side. Williams guides it right back in behind. Clafton cuts it off. Janae Hench's dinner is served. Could not be happier right now. Thank you so much. Oh, it smells good too. Wow. Look at that. All three of us get a plate. And Tanner's is the biggest. Check thrown by Dahl. Our technology brings that ice sounds right to your living room. Wrister saved by Hogue, and a big bid there by Cooper Brodzinski. Hornets kill it off. They're at full strength. 2:32 to go here in the first.
Well, they had numbers coming into the zone. I think it was 3-on-1, and I think Nick Williams was the only defender. And Williams put himself in good proximity to take away the pass. So it was Brodzinski that opted to take that shot. Nice save by Loudon. Hogue held on to the rebound. Well, now we're back to 5-on-5, 2:32 left to go in this scoreless first period. Both goaltenders have been called upon. Both goaltenders have risen to the occasion.
There's been a pretty decent crowd here assembled here for the Thursday night affair. It only swells and gets bigger throughout the weekend, and we hope to see everybody out here in what I call homecoming weekend at Braemar Arena. In front it goes, shot and a save. Hogue had it, puck's loose. Now it's turned back up ice. Out of the zone goes Borst. He'll play the boards and race into the offensive zone with Morkway there, who rides him into the corner. Gets a little bit of help. Now Stone slides in, comes away with it. He's bumped off the puck. And now the Thunderhawks win the battle out of the corner. Nice job by them defensively as it's sent in. That's by Zulke. Now Boltman plays along for Borst as he's jammed, stopped in his tracks on a nice check by Miller. Now Boltman comes away with $1:43 to go. Boltman up ice across the center red. Boltman will control as he stick handles, looks for Stone to the slot area, off his stick. Now it's going to be McMurphy. Now to the right wing side off the skate of Bischoff. He's watched on the play by the Hornets, Luke Rugemer, and that's offside at the line with $1:26 to go, and we're scoreless.
Well, it was Boltman that brought the puck up the ice, and it was Rugemer that actually covered the defensive spot, stood him up. Hunter Bischoff at the blue line, pretty good job by a forward coming back and stopping the play at the blue line. Nice job by Rugemer for Edina. If they can keep doing that, the defense might activate a little bit more.
There's Rugemer to the right wing side. And you heard it there from Pat Milan back at center. It's going to be Wyatt Wurst. Flipped over to Williams, bumps the boards and sent back in by Kavanaugh. Gathering that from the right side is Peart as he finds his partner. They look ahead. Nice job by Williams to cut that off. Would have been off to the races for Bonner. Now it's Clark racing to the right wing side. Nice save again. Rebound Clafton. Oh, Sprawls looks to his left as now it's going to be played back up to the line. Johnson leaves over for Williams. Backdoor. Oh, there's a touch pass. Now it's going to be Clark with it. 23 to go in the period. Shallow angle. Clafton, puck's loose. Scores! There's Jimmy Clark. Clafton got caught off the post. Puck rattled around in the slot. Hornets lead 1-0 with 18.4 to go.
Well, it was Clafton that actually made some nice saves, good anticipation. But Edina Hornets just working below the goal line, just moved the goalie from one side to the other, and it was Clark that came in and put that puck past Clafton. But Clafton was doing some nice things, really taking away the scoring chances for Edina, but Edina finds a way to punch one in. Just 18.4 seconds left. If you're coach, you don't like to give up goals in the final minute of the play, but Edina had to earn that one. Clafton did everything he could to keep the puck out of the net. Edina up 1-0.
Clafton will pounce on that one and cover that one up.
It's the 5th goal of the season for number 17.
Jimmy Clark with his 5th marker of the campaign.
With the first assist to number 18, Willie Johnson. And the second assist to number 7, Nick Williams. An even straight goal for Edina. Clark, his 5th of the season from Johnson and Williams. Time of the goal, 16:41.
16:41 the time of that goal. And here we go to wind out the period. They go D to D, and over to make the play is Bonner. He's going to eat it, and that'll do it for the period as the Hornets head off the ice. Very well played first period. Great tempo. If you like puck movement and a lot of skating and some pretty solid hits, this one's for you.
Yeah, indeed. In fact, a little something for everybody, and I think both teams were well represented in that period, playing the right way. I think Edina's defense did a good job of really limiting what could have been some really golden opportunities for this Thunderhawk team, and in turn, Thunderhawks did a nice job of protecting Clapton. I don't look for anything like that to change. Might be a little bit more open with the long line change, but it's going to be a very torrid second period. It's going to be fun.
I think we got the shootout.
Sweet.
This is the tradition shootout.
Well, at least they make the hole big enough. I mean,
We'll see if Todd Grover is going to stick with this. We might as well stick with it here, and then we'll take our period intermission. But
looks like he's on point.
Todd Grover is he's texting. He's listening to Mike Portnoy in one of his progressive rock things again.
You see, he's probably texting Janae wondering why he doesn't get dinner.
Where's his food? We all got bread and clementines and water.
Oh, wow, you weren't kidding.
I see that Luke Johnson laid off it.
I thought he was kidding.
He opted to stay away from it, the former Hornet. Well, there's Jay Larson. I just shouted him out, and he didn't hear it. Okay, here we go. Ooh, that one, not quite enough juice.
Maybe move him to the blue line.
Maybe they should move him up to the hash marks.
No.
We want somebody to win. It's not like they're giving away $1 million for crying out loud.
Saying that.
Oh, there you go. Some juice, but not enough.
Good follow through on that one. Oh, it's coming back. It's coming back. Shot off the post. It's a good effort, though. All right. Well, nobody won, but they get lovely parting gifts. They get a nice gift bag, making it all worthwhile. Brought to you by Tradition. That was kind of fun. At least they make the hole big enough to give them a chance, as opposed to some of those you see.
All you gotta do is just hit the net. I just barely. It's about 1/8 of an inch.
If that.
Okay, wow. We've got some shout outs coming up.
Pete Del Greco in the house.
And I am not going to do any of these until we come back to start the second period, because we need to give it the justice it's deserved. So let's hear from our partners from Tradition Companies as we continue with the Tradition Edina Holiday Classic right here from Braemar Arena.
You know, the difference maker is just the, you know, the personal interest level we take, where it's just more than a job. We really feel, you know, passion for serving the clients and really taking care of them. I think the loan officer group we have, you know, it's not about the money, it's about the satisfaction when you're sitting at the closing table with the clients and you've done a good job for them and they're happy, and you know, you see the joy that you bring their families. Helping be a guide for someone when they're going through what quite typically is the largest single investment, you know, someone's going to make in their life, their home. For that trust they place in us, it's really satisfying to, you know, be able to provide that service. And I think that there's a little bit of a oversimplification of what the mortgage process is really all about, and certainly, you know, the ability to close a transaction quickly and with the least amount of brain damage involved, I can appreciate, but there's a tremendous amount of thought that needs to go into the selection of the product itself, and then to be able to sit down with a experienced professional is extremely important to make sure you're making the right choice. And once, you know, we've come to that conclusion that this does make sense and the customer does want to move forward, certainly being able to fast track it and use all the technology available to get to the closing table as fast and as efficiently as possible.
Lift it up, 1, 2, 3, good. Looks great.
Wow, this looks amazing. Can I help you make a few?
Sure.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
Hi, I'm Derek. Nice to meet you. So how long have you been doing this?
2 years.
2 years. So you're an expert.
Yes.
Can you do one with my name?
Sure.
D-E-R-E-K?
D-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the ultimate dream for your business?
I really wish I had more bracelets to make every single day.
What do you do with the money?
We have this hunger project that I give back to the kids that don't have enough money to buy food.
So the more bracelets you make, the more money you raise, and then the more kids you can help out. How long have you had this dream?
10 years.
So you're 6 years old and you had the dream for 10 years. That's pretty good. That's someone that knows what they want to do in life.
Yeah.
Okay, now, what do you think about this?
Ooh. Yeah.
Pretty good?
Yep.
Okay.
Break your heart to see what we pull out of here every day.
You guys need some help?
Sure, yeah.
JJ Watt.
What's up, man?
How's it going?
Check it out, man.
What are you guys doing out here?
We're just doing the right thing.
What's the dream?
My dream is for people to think twice before they throw something out.
I appreciate you having me out.
You can swing a mean net, man.
I think that being in a sport, it has built into it the concept that we are going to face a challenge. When we do sport the right way, we are teaching values. We're teaching kids how to be hard workers. We're teaching kids how to be courageous, to be fearless. Dynamite's, because we have a focus on whole life youth development, physical, academic, social and spiritual excellence, we get that we're trying to develop people to be whole people. And I think that when you combine that mission with sport, I think you naturally get that. We have programs in each of those 4 areas. We have ice hockey for physical excellence. Academic excellence includes academic support like one-on-one tutoring. We have a summer academic camp. Social excellence includes our big community service project, Greg Carroll Learn to Skate, and also we're faith-based. So when kids are old enough, they have the choice to go to summer camp, kind of that traditional summer church camp. Every kid in the program has multiple mentors. If they're in tutoring, they have a very special mentor that's just their very own. And then of course the hockey coaches are mentors, and of course all the staff are mentors too. We have a very high retention rate. Dynamite's high school graduation rate over 20 years is 85%. And over the last 5 years, 96% have graduated, which is really significant because right now Minneapolis Public Schools is reporting that their graduation rate is 53%. So that, I think, is another measure that shows that Dynamite is working. Being a faith-based organization, I think we're able to say things that are really powerful sometimes. We might say to the kids, like, we're gonna do some hard things today, and we want you to remember we can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. A few minutes later, we might be asking them to do that hard thing, and you got heads down and panting, and remind them, remember, you have strength. God's given you the strength to do this. You have the strength that you need inside you right now. They might even remember the moments where they began to believe that, where they began to believe, I should be fearless. Only believe, do not fear.
And we welcome you back to Braemar Arena, home of the Edina Hornets and the tradition Edina Holiday Classic.
It's a nice program, isn't it?
It is.
It's actually exceptional. It's distracting. It's so good.
Well, one of the things we can talk about in this is that Edina against Grand Rapids in this tournament is 12-3. And overall, Edina is 35-7 since 2005 in this round robin play, while the Thunderhawks are 9-25-2.
Well, they've had some tough goes of it, but I think the year that they beat, last time they beat Edina was the year they went on and won their state title, if I'm not mistaken.
They didn't lose to many that year, though.
No,
did they?
no.
That was
in fact, I will say that I didn't call it, but I said it has the makings of a special season for the Thunderhawks. Well, it kind of in a gray area. I kind of did. Here we go. Start of the second period. Edina up by 1. It was Clark with his 5th from Johnson to Williams at 16-14 shots on goal. Edina 11, Grand Rapids 5.
Now it's Boltman with it, back in from behind the net, plays it to the right wing side as he found Rugemer. And now it's controlled by the Thunderhawks. Off the stick. Good to see my good friend Brad Wallen in the house.
Absolutely.
With his daughter Sylvie, who stars at Princeton. And by the way, she's hanging out. You know that stud quarterback from Princeton?
Yeah.
He's here. They're dating.
Really?
It's a big deal. The dude's got the swag. He's got the hair, the flow.
Well, lucky him, by the way.
He's going combine. You know that.
Lucky him, by the way.
Well,
she's quite the young lady.
She is. She's a I would say absolute gem, and with that, a character. Competitor.
Well, last name of Wallen, you have to be a character.
Well, she's a perfect blend of her mother and father.
Hopefully a little more toward the mother.
Hit heavily into the boards was Stone. There's a penalty coming up. I think it was off that hit.
Yeah, it might be Easton Young, but I don't want to call the penalty before.
I didn't see what it would be, but
it's going to be interference. And I think it is Easton Young that's going to go. Or at least he looks guilty. Not much of a he's not contesting it all, but he's just having a little conversation. But what a great opportunity it is for Edina. Edina's power play, Pete, early in the year, Edina's power play has always been sometimes in the single digits. It was earlier in the 20% earlier this year.
In progress.
Now it's under 9%, so they're looking to build on that number. 81.8% penalty kill for Grand Rapids. Face off to Clafton's right.
Here we go with some power play time for the Hornets. Williams plays to Jimmy Clark, who has the game's lone tally. Gets it back, top of the right circle. Here's Clark. He puts on the brakes, lays this one into the near corner. Back up to the line, Clark. Now he finds Williams. Clark, the wrister, pad save, turned aside. They're going to find an opening and send that the length of the ice.
Boy, another good save in traffic by Clafton. Kind of a juicy rebound, but ran right on the stick of Grand Rapids defender, and he cleared it down the ice. Nice job so far.
Boltman will play this one into the far corner. Swatted at by Zulke. Now it's Clark back up to the line. Williams one-timer. Oh, that one deflects just wide of the mark. That one gets away from Williams. He's going to have some pressure back up the ice from Bonner. Now Williams nearly got tripped up there, stays on the puck. Here comes Clark across the line. Now Johnson plays that behind, hard off the dasher and up and out of play. A couple of shout-outs, Bart. Aaron LaPlante from Fort Lauderdale, Florida is on board. We learned that it's 5-0 early on in the third, probably almost all but over there at Forest Lake. Someone wants to know where the Halloween machine jerseys are for Rapids. Love that. Cooper London, or is that Lonson? I'm not sure. It's just coming from John Sands, our producer, off-site. Lexi Rugemer is on board. Ricky Tremblay says, go Hawks. What about the Hippo and Eveleth? Really, yeah, that's very, very, very fair. I was talking about all the great buildings,
Absolutely.
The Hippodrome. Oh, man, that place, you can't help but play well in there. And then Tricia Sturl is online as well. Penalty coming up. This one will be on the Hornets again now. 5-on-3 for 50 seconds.
Well, as you said, 50 seconds of the penalty to Easton Young for the Thunderhawks, barring another penalty. It's going to be a 4-on-4 for a while. Both teams have solid speed, so I don't think there's really an advantage. But again, once the Young penalty expires, it's going to be a minute 10-second power play for this Thunderhawk team. That'd be a shot in the arm if they could punch one in. But 4-on-4, a lot of room out there.
My bad. Edina Public Schools math said it was going to be a 5-on-3.
Oh. Well, okay. Blame the school
Shows
system.
you what I know.
Starting to rub off on you, Pete. And Stone chips it in.
Hello to Mike Guard, who's watching on.
Hello, Mike.
I'd like to mention we're going to have our original 6 t-shirts on sale coming up tomorrow. Our own Natalie Stevens will be manning a table. We'll get into that in a minute. All to raise money for the JH fund that we have, the recovery fund. You can see that on our streaming page. Let's see how much we as a family here at the MNHockey.tv can help his, because he's part of ours. Back out to the side of that. They score! Staying with it was Boltman. Just kind of fought that one through on a shallow angle, and he puts it away now.
Well,
and it's 2-0 Edina.
Well, Boltman very aggressive on the 4-on-4. He's down below the goal line with possession. Tried to push it out front. I think it was Clafton that interrupted that forward pass, but it came right back to Boltman. And either from a very shallow angle or banking it off, Clafton, the goaltender, put that puck in the net. So 4-on-4, Edina tallies. They're up 2-0. Still obviously plenty of time for Grand Rapids to come back, but I just think they need to kind of get through this and get back to skating like they were and playing Thunderhawk hockey. But Edina's got a little energy now. Now it's up to the Hawks to answer.
Joe Caju jumps on board here. He's got a trivia question, as he always does for us. We like to play that through, so we're not responsible for the question or the answers. But here we go. Tonight's trivia, Clark is leading the team in goals right now at this stage. Named the last 2 ninth graders to lead in goals midway through the campaign for the Hornets.
Tom Nevers.
That's probably the easy one. I don't know who the next one would be.
Dylan Malmquist?
Oh. Did he play as a freshman?
I don't know.
There's a shot that goes up high over the glass. I think he did, but now it's all blending into one.
I know it is.
From Dylan to
Leave it to
Liam
Joe. Throw a wrench in our spokes.
So
it's
Hornets
a good question,
with the power play. Or I'm sorry, Thunderhawks with the power play for 30 seconds remaining still here. It's Peart back in behind his own net. Peart, oh, nice job through the wickets. Just got Dahl to open it right up. Back to the corner goes off the deflection. McCrae Murphy. Wonder if he was named after Basil McCrae.
Ooh.
Parents would probably be about that vintage. Wide of the mark. I'm going to go with it. I feel it. And if someone out there knows, I want the information shared with our chat there on the YouTube, and John Sands will relay back to us.
And if anybody else has any offerings for favorite rink around the state of Minnesota,
oh, that's a good one
chime
too.
it in. Let us know.
The Hippo was a good call.
Absolutely.
Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum only when it was full.
Absolutely.
If it was cavernous, if not, but for Section 4 and 5 AA finals those Friday nights,
great vibe.
My most special in high school hockey, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely.
That's got to be up there.
And the seating was pretty cool too.
It was different.
Yeah.
You know, it was a little bit of a ways away there, but you know, it was what it was. Boltman tries to slice his way through traffic. Yeah, share your favorite rinks from this great state of Minnesota. There's Boltman. Wow, he's a house of fire here tonight. Staying on that puck.
He's inspired.
Rugemer was there for the Hornets. There's a shot into the midsection of Clafton. Oh, jammed heavily into the wall goes Illies. His face hit the dasher board.
Well, he doesn't look any worse for the wear. Tough young man. I want to kind of make a note of Carter Clafton on that one. Great recovery, great reset on that one. He was kind of vulnerable. He made a really good save, and he was back square to the puck right away. So that's what you look for in goaltenders, how quick they can reset and recover after the save, and he showed his skills on that one. 11:44 left in the second period. Edina up by 2.
Worst in the draw against Braden Holcomb. Holcomb pulls this one back. That was Young with it, shot in on goal. That's stopped by Clafton. To the net goes Nolan Williams. Overman, Worst, and Williams, a new look line here for the Hornets.
Well, Williams went right for the net, which is what you want to do, but Clafton did a nice job of covering that puck.
Back to the corner it goes, controlled and turned up ice. Off the glass by Holcomb to the neutral zone. Nice stick there. Williams on the play. There's a check thrown by Overman. Now it's going to be Wyatt Worst. Played that one right behind. Emmett Worst with the body off the end boards. Overman watches that one through. That's going to get hung up in the snow on the way down. No ice on the play. Look out. Young's going to be pressured. They have Worst in front. He can snipe. Oh, he turned, lost the handle there. Now it's Nicholas Williams. Emmett Worst controls, turns and shoots that one wide of the mark. The big carom over to the left wing side. Nolan Williams on the forecheck. Gathered in and played to the left wing side. Out of the zone they go with it now. That's going to be Braden Holcomb as he's stopped by Borst. Borst back in across the line. He has Worst patrolling with him. And back into the corner goes. Squirts out of there and out they go with Bonner. They'll look to play this one into the corner, as now it's going to be controlled by the Hornets. Back to center ice. And chopped off the boards to center.
Well, Grand Rapids is doing a good job of getting on the Edina forwards and really cutting the ice in somewhat half, so they're doing a nice job of thwarting the forward rush from this Hornet team.
A couple of rinks that were thrown out. The Gardens in War Road and the Memorial, of course, in Roseau.
Oh, man. Those are...
there you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for the offerings. Those are pretty
what
solid.
What about that was from John Sands. What about Braemar Arena right here?
Number one. I'm a little biased, though.
Look at you.
I'm biased. Let's pretend that's a surprise.
Shelby Nicky wants my early prediction for the AA state champ, and we'll get there in a second. That one played back through. I can't wait to hear yours as well. Bart Murphy was there.
Certainly a couple in the mix.
9.5 to go. A.J. Dahl plays to the line. Pinching there is Peart. Now Dahl plays this one rink wide for Johnson across the line. In back behind it goes. Clafton will cut it off. Peart better hurry because Clark was in on him. Peart, though, handles the pressure and finds Sturl. Now they'll play this one. Nice poke check there at the line by the Hornets defense. That was Boltman with the play. Back in behind it goes. Again, they'll regroup. Left wing side, that's deflected. Gathering that back in is Murphy. And it's Peart. He can handle the puck. Across the center red line, angles his way to the forehand, lets a wrister go in on goal as Hogue makes the save. That one misses everyone, no ice on the play. Just hit the toe of the blade of Morquay. Over to the far side it goes. Big bruising hit thrown in there by Edina's Luke Rugemer. Rugemer tries to kick this one through traffic. Up to the line it goes. Kavanaugh reaches for the loose puck. Back into the corner it goes. Over to make the play now is going to be Miller, jammed by Illies. And here they go back through center ice. That's poked away.
Boldman stick again. Very busy.
He's having a great game. I would say this is one of his best so far.
Well, at least that we've witnessed, but he's a stalwart defender, but getting a little bit more involved in the offensive part of the play, obviously with that goal, working his magic down low, but just the busy sticks. But he does mind his defensive responsibilities. If he gets the chance to activate, he's certainly going to do that. He's been very effective so far, but very inspired game by Jake Boltman tonight.
Bart, my prediction is the Eden Prairie Eagles in the state championship game. I had said they'd be playing the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights in the final. I'm not so sure about that right now, and that's not an indictment on Benilde St. Margaret's. I'm just, I'm not sure. But I do know for certain that Eden Prairie is a step above the rest, and I have to say they're my early prediction. They were in the summer, and they're going to stay that way now.
Well, and if I can jump on that a little bit, I don't think we've seen Eden Prairie's best game.
No.
We've seen a couple of them, and I think the second period.
In front, oh, Clafton the save. They're off of Worst. He can put it away, too.
But the second period was near perfect tonight for Eden Prairie.
Worst is going to muscle his way in, nearly push that through. Oh, Overman was there. That was in the back of the net, and they washed that one off.
Well, they took exception to Overman taking that liberty, but Clafton did a nice job of securing his pad along the post. I thought that might have a chance to sneak in, but Overman came in with a little enthusiasm, and it was Grant Wilson that took the initial exception to it, and then it was Braden Holcomb that came in to support their teammate, but no harm, no foul. You want your players to go to the net with authority until the whistle, so I don't think it was too out of hand, but you have to protect your goaltender as well, but nice job by Clafton to keep that puck out of the net.
I like that line of those seniors. They had some really good stuff going on, especially in the offensive zone with some great chances.
Yep.
Back at center ice it goes. Across the line, stopped and Sturl is there. Stepping up is Wyatt Wurst across the center red line as he controls. Scores! Oh, look at the defenseman, the sophomore. Races up the left wing side and goes short side on the big-time goaltender. 3-0 Edina.
Well, that was just a really good shot. Clafton didn't give him much. He came out and challenged a shooter, but it was a Wyatt Wurst, a sophomore defenseman, that worked his edges, came around the left dot, and just put a short side under the bar. It came in and out pretty quick. Ref in good proximity to call that a goal. On my sheet, it says that's his first goal of the season. Pete, would that be his first goal as a high school player?
Yep, someone's got to grab the puck. Wade Chido wants a timeout. He's going to talk things over with his squad as he kind of watched the Matador product going on there with Wurst just kind of parting of the Red Sea and walked right in.
Yeah, the defender for the Thunderhawks had some heavy boots. Couldn't catch up.
Borst and Stone in on the assists.
But as you said, Pete, in fact, Thunderhawks have been so defensively responsible tonight. Yes, they've chased the play on certain occasions, but overall they played a pretty sound game. But that one just looked like they had the heavy boots going. Wurst showed some good speed, and just that's a goal scorer's goal right there. Very soft hands, put it just under the bar on the short side. That's not an easy shot to make.
No, it's not.
And it's a good timeout by the coach, too. I think just settle kids down, refocus.
Well, I mean, you know, there's certain things that you can look at and say, whoa, 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 you know, and that would be one of them.
Yeah, coachable moment. Just under 7 minutes to go in this second period. Edina.
You know, you were toe-to-toe with the Hornets until the final seconds of the first period, and then, you know, Edina, oh, there's a pickpocket right there. But Boltman, again, this has been the best game I've seen him play this year in a Hornet sweater, I think. He's been really engaged. He's got a goal tonight, but he's been, you mentioned the busy stick, Bart. He's doing all kinds of things that are very positive and solid for his hockey club.
Well, and we've watched him enough to say it's not a surprise. It's just good to see that he's bringing this type of leadership. A lot of players can lead by verbiage. He just goes out and leads by example, and everybody's following along. But Edina, 3 goals halfway through this game. That's a good sign for Coach Kurt Giles and this Edina Hornet team, because they are getting scoring from Clark, which is, you know, one of their driving factors. But Boltman getting a goal, and now Wyatt Wurst getting a goal. 2 goals out of the 3 by defensemen for Edina.
A.J. Dahl puts on the brakes and then lays this one back in behind the net. Morquay was there. Clark on the forecheck. Dahl crashes in. Morquay comes away. Dahl finishes him. There's a shot by Boltman. That was a laser off the glass to center, as it's going to be Gunnar Johnson to take back over. Boltman in front of the penalty box area. Now Clark submarines a would-be check to the corner. Puts on the brakes. He does a nice job of staying out of trouble from the physical play.
Very elusive.
Gets pinned up there by Morquay. That's one way when you're younger and maybe not as thick to stay in the lineup. Gunnar Johnson, wrister through traffic. There's Clark over the top of the goal. Now they look to the high slot area. Rugemer goes down on the play. Bonner stayed there with it. Now it's going to be Boltman with a nifty move from the point in front. Nice backhand effort there by Clark. But there was Clafton to read the redirect.
Well, Boltman obviously has some confidence. There were 3 Thunderhawks closing in. I mean, danced around him and put a shot in, but it was Clark that did the follow-up. But Clafton did a nice job of keeping that puck out of the net. A lot of play recently down in this Grand Rapids zone. They're going to have to tighten up, find a way to exit the zone with some possession. Edina's not making it easy for him.
Illy's in on the face-off. Kavanaugh to the forecheck. Illy's the body there to the right wing side. It goes. Bischoff to center. He'll be cut off right at the line. Talk about denying real estate. The puck is sent right back into Thunderhawk territory. It's going to be Easton Young off the glass. Nice job by our official to duck that one. Now Young again plays this behind. Peart is there. Here comes Kavanaugh, lays the leather. Peart, though, plays it somehow. Illies gets there. Nice job by Kavanaugh to stay on that shot. Save, rebound. That one pushed wide of the mark. Now it's Rugemer there as well. Young, now out of the zone they go with it. Del Greco. He races up the left wing side, bumps the board, stays on the puck, still manages it to the corner. Watching him closely is Kevin Enriquez. Now they'll play this one back up into the center ice area. Regrouping on the stick now of the very talented Jack Peart. Look at that, nifty move, left wing side. Murphy, glove save, Hogue, he hangs on. 4:41 to go here in the second.
Well, Peter, you've talked about Peart, and he's just very smooth, very confident with the puck, especially through traffic, but he just put that onto Murphy's stick, and he just took a shot, I think a little higher than he wanted to, but it was Hogue that finally got a little action. 4:41 left in the period. Not a lot of activity down for Loden Hogue.
Oh, turnover in front. That one's deflected away. Back up to the point. Nice job to keep the line there by Zulke. Back from the left wing corner. That's deflected off Overman's stick. There's a slapper that's blocked. Another one hits a stick on its way in. That's Nolan Williams. And now it's played ahead. Williams now finds Wurst, who tried to reach for that. Zulke makes the play. Overman with the body in front of the penalty box area. More checks thrown. The puck sits free. Wurst throws the leather. Now it's Nolan Williams. Plays to the left wing side. In they come. That was Overman on the forecheck. Nice play by Wurst off the boards. High slot. Overman stays on it. He'll let the wrister go. That deflects through. Scores! Nolan Williams. Overman finds him in front. That deflects and rattles around as the Hornets put away for a 5-0 lead. Bart, it's an explosion of the goals for this Hornet edition.
Well, and that's a little unusual for the Hornets this year. Maybe they're finding some semblance of an identity, but players are getting confidence as they go. You have to feel for Carter Clafton. He's been making the saves. It's a follow-up, but it's just a numbers game. Edina's winning the battles. They're taking the proper angles, getting the puck to the right area, really shutting off the blue line in the offensive zone and creating some chances. But Edina have 4-zip. Grand Rapids got to get on their horse and start making something happen offensively.
So Joe Cagey was looking to give me his answer, Bart Archer. And he said, you were right with Nevers on one of them. And then he said, Rusty Everson. And they said, well, wait a minute. It might be Greg Moore. Well, wait a minute.
Oh.
Oh, look who's in the house. Matt Harrington, Matty Ice, fresh over from the Minnetonka's Pagel Activity Center. Back into the corner they go. What was the final score? Taka, much needed win there.
They're going to have a Mike Jamboree between periods here for you.
Second, 2 and 5? 2 and 5 for the Skippers. They got off the Schneid.
Well, they've been dealing with some health issues and sickness.
Well, the whole team's been sick.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, if you listen to Goldie's pod, he's been spot on, you know. That strain has gone all the way through. He somehow avoided it. I was wearing the mask and the gloves, the whole thing. I'd use the Kleenex to open the door, throw it away, the whole thing. No comment from Bert Archer. Oh, you snorted.
I did.
That's a good one.
That wasn't me. That was Tanner. No, but there's a lot going around. A lot of kids missing school, so it's just good that we have a full complement of people here tonight. But 4-0 is your score. Face-off in the offensive zone for the Thunderhawks. A really good time to make something positive happen. Just get some good feelings going into the locker room. Get some positives. They've been working awful hard, Pete. But again, Loudon Hogue's done a nice job and called upon. He just hasn't been called upon enough for this Thunderhawks team.
And icing the call back into Thunderhawk territory it goes.
That's not a bad deal for the Thunderhawks. The more time they can spend in the Edina zone, they just have to start winning the face-offs, get some possession. Looks like it's going to be Clark against Del Greco.
4-0 Edina leads with 2:34 to go in the second period of the Tradition Edina Holiday Classic. Tradition Company is so involved in the community. Tip and Jake Ennebeck and Eric Hendrickson and Craig Schumacher, Brad Johnson, Scott Boyning, all the great leadership they have there. AJ Dahl rings it in her bell.
Boy, that was a really quick transition by AJ Dahl. He just turned and fired. Clafton did a nice job of getting in the proper position. He really doesn't get caught out of position too terribly much, but that was a position save, but good reactions by the goaltender as well. Ramped it up and out of play. 2-11. Offensive zone face-off for the Hornets, big face-off for the Thunderhawks.
In front of the bench area it goes as the Hornets will regroup in their own zone. Long pass ahead for Rugemer. He'll take this one across the line as he's forced wide on the play. Look out. Nicholas Williams waltzes into this one, then he's going to be poke-checked off his stick, and now it's going to be the Thunderhawks. Big check thrown there by Nicholas Williams, and Rugemer plays this one ahead for Illies, the sure-handed center iceman. Pulls that puck through some legs and up and out of play.
Well, I think he saw Jack Peart as far as the defenseman that he had to try to negotiate, so he pulled the puck back to change the angle a little bit and fired a decent shot, but ramped up and out of play, and that was initiated by Peart, so it's going to be to Clafton's left. Just 1:31 left in the second period. Edina up by 4.
Face-off win back to the right point. Rister through traffic. Held on to by Clafton as he sees that through.
Boy, he went across the body on that glove save, too.
I like it.
That's some confidence.
He just took it right across the crest.
He did.
Held on to it.
Throw to first.
Just like a pitcher.
In time.
You know what? Just lay it in here every time. I'm a pitcher. I don't want to leave my position.
Well, that's got to
Don't make me bend over to go get it.
That's got to give the Thunderhawks a little confidence to have a backstop like that, where they can maybe take some chances at a particular juncture. It's just they haven't really cashed in on the chances they've had tonight.
Wrist shot in on goal as it's Loudon Hogue to go down and make the save.
Well, that was an easy save for Loudon Hogue. Just a shot, a wrist shot from outside the blue line. Started to dip a little bit, so he did a pretty good job of tracking that. I'm not trying to oversell it, but just a minute and 8 seconds left. Grand Rapids would be a good time to make a push.
Back behind the net it goes. Really excited that Matt Harrington's going to get us some pictures here tonight so we can write some stories on the whole effort. Very excellent. Peart with it. Ooh, down goes DeVoe. Peart stays on it. Right wing side he goes to Morkway. His shot's blocked. And played back in behind the net. They look back up high. Morkway has traffic shot. I don't know if that got through.
No. It
stayed right there in the low slot area.
Hit
as
Boltman.
it's played back through. That's just shaking it off, if you will. And now it's controlled plate. Back down the boards by Peart, but the Hornets read that one with Stone. Across the line. Boltman up at the play, wants more. Save. Oh, a rebound. Boltman absolutely couldn't believe that Clafton got that left pillow thrown. That was incredible.
It was impressive. He got a stick on that one, but Clafton with a good follow-up on that one as well.
Peart behind the net, out front they go, and that's a stop by Clafton. Boy, he's just terrific.
Boy, yeah, Pete, you got to play to the whistle. It was 2 Edina players in front with time running out, and the puck came out.
You know, the difference maker is just
their better periods of the year. Grand Rapids kind of wheels wobbled a little bit, but they didn't fully come off, but they have to go into the locker room, make some adjustments, just come out with some energy during this third period.
We'll have that coming up for you right after this. High school hockey continues at the MNHockey.tv.
You know, the difference maker is just the, you know, the personal interest level we take, where it's just more than a job. We really feel, you know, a passion for serving the clients and really taking care of them. I think the loan officer group we have, you know, it's not about the money, it's about the satisfaction when you're sitting at the closing table with the clients and you've done a good job for them and they're happy, and you know, you see the joy that you bring their families. Helping be a guide for someone when they're going through what quite typically is the largest single investment, you know, someone's going to make in their life, their home. For that trust they place in us, it's really satisfying to, you know, be able to provide that service. And I think that there's a little bit of a oversimplification of what the mortgage process is really all about, and certainly, you know, the ability to close a transaction quickly and with the least amount of brain damage involved, I can appreciate, but there's a tremendous amount of thought that needs to go into the selection of the product itself, and then to be able to sit down with a experienced professional is extremely important to make sure you're making the right choice. And once, you know, we've come to that conclusion that this does make sense and the customer does want to move forward, certainly being able to fast track it and use all the technology available to get to the closing table as fast and as efficiently as possible.
heavy? Try it.
I got it.
Lift it up. 1, 2, 3. Good. Looks great.
Wow. This looks amazing. Can I help you make a few?
Sure.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
Hi, I'm Derek. Nice to meet you. So how long have you been doing this?
2 years.
2 years. So you're an expert.
Yes.
Can you do one with my name?
Sure.
D-E-R-E-K?
D-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the ultimate dream for your business?
I really wish I had more bracelets to make every single day.
What do you do with the money?
We have this hunger project
Okay.
that I give back to the kids that don't have enough money to buy food.
So the more bracelets you make, the more money you raise, and then the more kids you can help out. How long have you had this dream?
10 years.
So you're 6 years old and you had the dream for 10 years. That's pretty good. That's someone that knows what they want to do in life.
Yeah.
Okay, now, what do you think about this?
Ooh. Yeah.
Pretty good?
Yep.
Okay.
Break your heart to see what we pull out of here every day.
You guys need some help?
Sure, yeah.
JJ, what?
What's up, man?
How's it going?
Check it out, man. What are you guys doing out here?
We're just doing the right thing.
What's the dream?
My dream is for people to think twice before they throw something out.
I appreciate you having me out.
You can swing a mean net, man.
I think that being in a sport, it has built into it the concept that we are going to face a challenge. When we do sport the right way, we are teaching values. We're teaching kids how to be hard workers. We're teaching kids how to be courageous, to be fearless. Dynamites, because we have a focus on whole life youth development, physical, academic, social and spiritual excellence, we get that we're trying to develop people to be whole people. And I think that when you combine that mission with sport, I think you naturally get that. We have programs in each of those 4 areas. We have ice hockey for physical excellence. Academic excellence includes academic support like one-on-one tutoring. We have a summer academic camp. Social excellence includes our big community service project, Greg Carroll Learn to Skate, and also we're faith-based. So when kids are old enough, they have the choice to go to summer camp, kind of that traditional summer church camp. Every kid in the program has multiple mentors. If they're in tutoring, they have a very special mentor that's just their very own. And then of course the hockey coaches are mentors, and of course all the staff are mentors too. We have a very high retention rate. Dynamite's high school graduation rate over 20 years is 85%. And over the last 5 years, 96% have graduated, which is really significant because right now Minneapolis Public Schools is reporting that their graduation rate is 53%. So that, I think, is another measure that shows that Dynamites is working. Being a faith-based organization, I think we're able to say things that are really powerful sometimes. We might say to the kids, like, we're gonna do some hard things today. And we want you to remember, we can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. A few minutes later, we might be asking them to do that hard thing and you got heads down and panting. And remind them, remember, you have strength. God's given you the strength to do this. You have the strength that you need inside you right now. They might even remember the moments where they began to believe that, where they began to believe, I should be fearless. Only believe, do not fear.
2-0 lead as we prepare to drop the puck to start the festivities, Bart Archer.
Well, I look for Grand Rapids to come out with some serious energy and some serious focus. Hopefully put some pressure on Loudon Hogue, who hasn't been tested too often tonight, but he's been perfect so far. But the first 5 minutes, very important for this Thunderhawk team.
Had plenty of time to talk things over between periods. It's always fun to hobnob. There's a shot on Clafton, covers that one up. With the faithful here at Braemar. Lots of smiles here during the Holiday Classic, and it seems to crescendo by the time we get to Saturday night.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it, but I don't want it to come too quickly. But it's like everybody's in the staging lane out here, Pete, outside the press box, waiting for the period to end so they can kind of carry
talk
on.
To you.
Right? Well, talk to us, not me. I'm always riding in your wake, so never forget that.
Puck is played back in by Wyatt Wurst. He had his first of his career. Goes short side shelf in the second period. I believe that was for the 3-0 lead. Hogue had to reach over to his left. Looked like that kind of worked its way through, kind of surprising.
Well, Peart did a nice job of navigating his way from his own zone behind the goal line, kind of managed his way through traffic, worked his way in, got a pretty good look on Loudon Hogue, who went glove side with some velocity on that one, but Loudon Hogue, after not seeing action for a while, came up with a good save. Early in the third period, he done up 4-0.
This might be the best we've seen the Edina Hornets play in the games we've done here from Braemar Arena.
Don't disagree with that at all. They're very inspired. Plus, they're playing all 4 lines, too, which I think is important, especially for that Saturday night matchup against Eden Prairie.
Oh, there's a chance for Boris to the slot area. And back up through center ice they go. I think they're looking for people to take some roles here.
Sure. Give them an opportunity.
Giving everybody opportunities. Yep. Oh, nice job by Stone to get away from that would-be checker. Now it's going to be played back up by Borst. Borst finds Stone. His shot's blocked. Nice defensive play by Peart. Who else? Cross center ice he goes. Puts on the brakes. Oh, spinorama. Borst was there to help out. Peart wedges. And now it's on the stick of Dahl as he carries this one up to the right wing side as he's being pressured. Dahl somehow angles his way in, misses the mark. High over the glass it goes and back up into the neutral zone. Off the stick of Willie Johnson. Henches slides over to make the play. With some help from Dahl, it's played to center now by Clark. Thunderhawks will change on the fly as they regroup back into their own zone. Off the glass, Henches pinches down, keeps it alive from the right wing side. Through the legs, back into the corner it goes as now the Thunderhawks will regroup with Young. Young off the boards. Enriquez plays down. He's going to swat that one right back in for the Hornets as they continue the forecheck. This one gets away from Henches, but that's going to be no ice on the play. The sophomore defenseman comes away with it, loses his angle, plays that one ahead for Clark as he heads to the bench and changes. Shot, stick save, turned aside. On the forecheck, it's Bonner. Now it's going to be Wurst from deep in his own zone off the right wing boards. Nice feed from Nolan Williams. Wurst across the line, muscles his way to the corner, fed a pass to the slot area as he'll hustle back into play as it's going to be Nicholas Williams with it now. Wyatt Wurst with it. Man, you've got Nicholas Williams and Nolan Williams, Wyatt Wurst and Emmett Wurst. I mean, why don't we?
It should be easier, right?
Can we get one more? There's Emmett Wurst in front. They're all out at the same time. And through center ice they go with it off the turnover. Here come the Thunderhawks. That's swatted away, but nice job to stay on that with Goring. There's a shot. Ooh, Hogue fights that one off. That one steered aside. Now Overman with it. He's going to try and play this one off the boards, but he's cut down. And now it's going to be Wyatt Wurst. He's going to tuck that one in. Off the ice he goes. Overman and Nicholas Williams. They get the quick change. Now Johnson joins the fray with Boltman on the end line. And it's going to be Kavanaugh to the corner as he's pinned up on the boards by Brodzinski. From the left corner, they look to break that one out. I believe that was Morkway on the play. And it's pushed up to the right wing side. Rugemer finds a man on the move. That's Kavanaugh. Loads it up from the right circle. Went up high off the glass. Now it's going to be played back into the corner. Miller Rink wide for Gunnar Johnson. Back up for Boltman. Lets the slap shot go, keeps it low. It gets through, and that's Clafton to make the save. 2-on-2 through center ice. Sent through to the near corner. Now there's Gunnar Johnson. Watch, jammed on the play. Turnover ensues. There's a wrist shot by Brodzinski that flutters through the goal mouth area to the right wing side, as it's going to be DeVoe ahead to Stone. Stone with a wrist shot in on goal as Clafton will make the save with 12:32 to go here in the third period.
Well, some pretty good up and down action from both teams, but goaltenders are actually playing quite well. Loudon Hogue with a couple pretty good saves so far in this third period. And Carter Cladden, we said it all night long, has made a couple as well. So no goals yet, 12:31 left in this third period. Looks like we're going to have a penalty. Going to be the Hornets for tripping. And it looks like it's going to be Stone that's going to go. Great opportunity is for the Thunderhawks on the power play. But not a penalty that Edina really wants to take. There was good momentum going, but again, penalties are part of the game, so Edina's got to pick up their teammate and kill this one off. But again, as I say, a great opportunity right now for the Thunderhawks to put more pressure on Loudon Hogue, crash the net, and really force the goaltender to be their best penalty killer.
Nice keep of the line, beautiful. Left wing pass with a look. Oh, a shot. That one was labeled for the shelf by Holcomb and up over the top of the net. He wanted that one back for sure.
Well, I'm curious to see where the faceoff's going to be, because I think it was ramped up and out of play by Wyatt Worth. So good busy stick, ramped that one up. It was a golden opportunity for the Thunderhawks. That's what they can build upon. Keep getting those, and good things are going to happen. Good stick by Worth, though.
He's had a really good game.
Which one? Both.
Yeah. Well, they're both really steady, smart players. Their dads were really good players, good coaches. You can tell. Detailed players. Off to the left wing side, Holcomb back into the corner. Murphy stays on the puck. Up high to the line, Del Greco. He's watched by Willie Johnson. Guided back in behind by Bischoff all the way around to the far side. Holcomb is there as he found Murphy. Murphy protects. Now he's going to cycle back to the corner, back up to the line they go. Top of the circle. Now it's Del Greco. He's poked at there by Willie Johnson. Power play continues for another minute. There's a shot in on goal up high on Del Greco. Up high by Del Greco, rather, on Hogue.
Well, really good sustained pressure. Just 45 seconds left on the penalty to Edina Stone, but they've got a couple good opportunities, a couple good looks, working the puck around. That's exactly what they want to do. It's something to build on moving forward.
Knocked off a stick.
Jeez.
And here they come. Now, Peart's been one of the better players all
fun
the way
to
around
watch.
for both teams.
Very
I like his
entertaining.
game a lot.
Boy, him and Boltman as a pair on the point, that'd be kind of nice.
Could you imagine? That would be something to watch. There's a shot that's turned aside. Peart, of course, is going to be headed to play up at St. Cloud State.
They're getting
Got
a good one.
one there for sure. It was Wilson who played that one rink wide and gets it back in the penalty box area. He gets dumped by Kavanaugh. He's down and out at full strength. Back into the corner it goes for Davis, or check that rather for Young, as he was washed on the play. Boltman is there. He's checked. Worst guides it along the right wing side. And now comes Boltman to step up and make the play. Here comes Boltman across the line. He has Nolan Williams with him and Overman. Boltman's going to carry this one in deep. Worst is going to stay up high. Boltman fishing off the end boards. Tries to poke that to safety. Now to the near corner it goes. Down low. A couple of checks thrown there. Overman plays this one back in. This is a pretty heavy line for Kurt Childs' Hornets right here.
Yep. Creating some havoc.
Overman, Nolan Williams stays on that from the left wing side. Body check thrown there. Enriquez comes away with it, and a whistle on the play.
Well, it might be Stone again. No, not Stone. I'm sorry about that. Not trying to charge the wrong player. But I think it might be Overman that's going to go. I just saw the 0, and I got presumptuous. I apologize, Mr. Stone, but it's going to be Overman that's going to go to the box. Edina's got to kind of, they can't fall into bad habits, Pete. They played a very structured game so far, but, you know, these penalties are really kind of going to mess with the continuity of the line changes and stuff, but it keeps putting the onus on his teammates to kill the penalties.
Ooh, up at high. We haven't seen one off the ceiling, it seems, in years.
No, that was a 56-degreer right there.
They used to go up off the duct tape ceiling.
Yeah, and never come back.
No, and they just like poof.
Everybody'd wait for him, and they'd never come back down. If the Thunderhawks can kind of mimic the power play they had last time, I think some good things are going to happen, but it certainly gave them some confidence moving forward, so looking to build on that.
Here they come off the end line, knocked away by Clark. Holcomb comes away with it. Clark stays on him. So to be Grand Rapids and Eden Prairie tomorrow, they're going to square off at 6 o'clock. Well, probably about 6:15 the way things go on the timing. And then the second game at 8:30 between Edina and Elk River.
Somewhere in those ranges.
Guided back in behind the line. Holcomb plays that up for Peart. Peart for Holcomb, top of the left circle. Fan on that one. Jimmy Clark just pokes that one the length of the ice and heads to the bench.
Yeah, Holcomb's not happy. That one rolled on him. They had a pretty good opportunity. You feel bad for the young man. He knew the play he wanted to make. The puck just didn't cooperate.
Hustling down the line is Del Greco, knocked away by Boltman. It's going to be Willie Johnson from the left wing. Chops that to the far corner as it's going to be Kavanaugh. He's going to go crashing in deep. Easton Young was there as they converge off the end boards. Poked to free and on a stick there. They're going to regroup and reset. 30 to go in the power play for the Thunderhawks. 7:58 to go in the period. As it's going to be Gunnar Johnson to play that deep. Back in behind it goes. Thunderhawks now on it. To the right wing side. Controlled neatly there by Wilson. Quickly moved over to the near side. Bredzinski took that from Young. That was blocked by Boltman. Now it's Borsch back out of the zone shorthanded. Now they're full strength. Overman races over to the bench. Now on steps Stone for the Hornets. Boltman comes away with it. Accelerates. Boy, he's skating with authority here tonight.
He's got some confidence.
He looks fresh, too. He doesn't look tired. You know, maybe there's a little fatigue from that first and last with the Ushel when he was working that. Borst back in behind the net. Rugemer there. High off the glass. That's off Enriquez. Going to play this one back in and offside at the line.
Well, I think it's kind of nice that Coach Giles has given solid players like Nick Henches and Kevin Enriquez. They're quality defensemen that sometimes, you know, the situation dictates where they might not see as much ice time as I'm sure they want to, but they're getting some good ample ice time and they're having a good showing tonight moving forward. But Edina's rolling. They're firing on all cylinders to a certain degree. Everybody's getting involved and contributing to a pretty solid win or a pretty solid lead. Don't want to get the cart in front of the horse.
Now to the right wing side they go. That's up off the netting. That came off the stick of Luke Rugemer.
Well, and it was a good stick by Cody Miller for the Thunderhawks to ramp that one up and out of play. But Edina's carrying the puck with some confidence, and they're not looking to just get rid of it. They're anticipating quite well, but they're using their speed and their skills to try to create some opportunities. Thunderhawks have done a pretty good job this period of limiting those.
Illies with a nice stick there. And play to the near side. It's going to be Enriquez. Looks back over for Henches behind. He's going to carry instead. And this is going to be played back up into the neutral zone. That's Morkway with it. Controlled by Enriquez as he tries to play that in deep. And off the ice go the defense and some of the forwards as they get a partial change. Nicholas Williams fishes this one off the wall. Wyatt Wurst turned away, now plays back for Nicholas Williams. On the tape for Willie Johnson, rink wide. Dahl's going to knock that one in. He and Peart are going to do battle off the end boards. Peart's going to be bothered on the play. Gets some help along the way. Does Peart by Del Greco. Del Greco now turns this one up ice. Hornets defense the neutral zone neatly. Wyatt Wurst is in there among others with Del Greco. In to help out is Bischoff. Hornets now have Willie Johnson and Wyatt Wurst and Jimmy Clark all trolling over on the boards. This thing's really muddy down the wall. Incremental hockey. Wyatt Wurst. Now it's going to be Williams. Wanted to give and go with Dahl, who instead went rink wide, as it's going to be tucked right back in by the Hornets, Willie Johnson. They get a partial change.
5 minutes to go in the third period.
4-0 in favor of Edina. Back up across the center red. There's a wrist shot that misses the mark, and all the way up to the line it goes. Enriquez steps over, plays that one ahead. Overman knocks that to center. And the Hornets once again quickly take their defensive posture in the neutral zone, which I think has been really terrific here tonight. Enriquez takes a swing at that one. Now there's a touch pass. Ooh, turned over. Now Enriquez forced to defense in his own zone. Knocked away there by Wurst. Now back into the corner for Holcomb. There's a shot turned aside by Hogue. Up high to the line. There's a wrister through traffic. Hogue fights that one off. Rebound. Oh, and he covers that one up. Nice shift by the Thunderhawks.
Well, and I think it was Wyatt Holcomb that actually had that last follow-up, but it was Hogue that made a couple pretty good saves, but great sequence by the Thunderhawks. You said it was getting a little muddy down here, but it was Grand Rapids that was winning the one-on-one battles. They kept pushing the puck incrementally forward. He got a couple good shots, but Loudon Hogue answered the bell on that, making a couple pretty good saves. Encouraging for the Thunderhawks, though.
Deflected to center. Here's DeVoe. Tried to find Borst toward the left side. Instead, it's going to be the Thunderhawks with Young. Boy, this has been a fast-moving third period.
Yes, it has.
Well, it's brought back on the tempo of the first, which I thought was so good, Bart. Yep. Wide of the mark it goes as the big caroms played over off the boards. DeVoe finds Stone. Stone has Borst and Gunnar Johnson. There's Gunnar Johnson. The shot saved by Holcomb. Nice pad save to the right side.
Look where he put the rebound, too.
Right where you want it. Now it's Boltman again. Quick wrister that misses the mark. The return shot misses as well through everything. And from the left side, that hits an Edina player, Borst, in front the rolling puck. DeVoe was there. There's a wrister. Lots of traffic in front, but there's a nice save made by Clafton. Stays strong on that puck.
Well, he's so good at tracking the puck through legs and sticks and really coming up with some pretty solid saves. He's done that all night tonight. But again, good support down low by Edina. They had the follow-up in case there was a rebound, but nice job by Clafton to limit that opportunity.
There's a shot that's off a stick, and now to center ice it goes with Williams. I've been talking a lot about Boltman and his play. I think this guy's been really good too for the Hornets. Seven's been really sharp.
Well, it's really hard to pick any Hornet that's really played a bad game tonight.
He really, with a 4-0 lead, that would be fair to say. Off the glass it goes, played down by Williams as he looks ahead. Nice pass to Cole Cavanaugh, takes it in stride. From left to right he goes. Now Illies with a shot that's up off the glass, back in behind the net. Rugermer plays the body there. Now it's the Thunderhawks to center. That pass had the nice touch on it, and now it's going to be played behind the net. Jimmy Clark in on goal, stopped and held on to by Clafton with 2:17 to go in the third.
Well, Edina's going to play till the final whistle. It seems like Grand Rapids is equal to the task, but again, a lot of play down in the Thunderhawk zone. Edina's just winning, starting to win the little battles, keeping possession, moving the puck to the right areas. But if they do get a shot on goal, Carter Clafton seems to be in the proper position, but it's still 4-0. So been a pretty good period for this Thunderhawk team. Still looking to get that cipher off the scoreboard. 2:17 left in this third period.
A.J. Dahl. Here's Enriquez, wrister. Oh, nice save by Clafton. Saw that in, flared the leather.
Well, and it was Browse that came out to challenge him, so I think Enriquez got that shot off a little quicker than he wanted. The thing I liked is he took a wrist shot, didn't try to take the big clapper, just put a shot on goal glove side, but Clafton snared it, made it look easy.
Enriquez steps up, plays this one through. Big check thrown there. foot race to the corner. Now Jimmy Clark in to fish and play this off the boards. And back up ice the Hornets go. There's Dahl to play that one in deep. 1:40 to go in the third. Emmett Wurst. Now it's going to be Wyatt Wurst, Emmett Wurst, and back into the neutral zone it goes. It's going to be Williams who plays that well. Their ball out here again.
I knew it was going to be Williams.
And
it was funny. Over to Wurst.
You guys kind of know which one we're talking about now. By now, either D-man or the forward. In front, poke check, Hogue. Oh, and that return shot by Bischoff was a laser that missed.
Not by much.
And now Murphy comes with it. Off the boards by Del Greco. And back comes Overman, tries to poke it to safety, muscles away from that. Wurst in front, gets a stick on that, pokes at it. Clafton clears that one out of the slot area. And now the Thunderhawks will look to play this one up ice. Thunderhawks will most likely here be falling to 3-3 on the season. Hornets even up the record at 3-3-1, 36 to go. Back in behind, Overman is there as he's stood up. Nicholas Williams rings the boards. Overman chops at that one. Ooh, gets the mitts up a little bit high into Wilson there. Emmett Wurst plays it to an open wing. That's going to be DeVoe. Blocker pad save. Subtle one, but a good one there by Clafton. That thing was coming with some juice. Turns it up off the netting.
Well, we've said that a couple times tonight, so a lot of active sticks and a lot of pucks into the netting and faceoffs. We're just 16.4 away from the conclusion of this game, but you look at the scoreboard, and 4-0 is a pretty good disparity as far as that goes. I think Edina's played really well, but I don't think Grand Rapids has really played that poorly. I think a couple situations they gave Edina a little bit too much space and a little too easy out of their zone, but overall I think their level of compete is there, their confidence is there, they have some really good things going on, but it's just that second pass out of the zone. The first pass isn't bad, but the second pass they just haven't been able to connect, which gives them possession through the neutral and possession into the zone. That's the mystery that they hadn't solved tonight, but I look forward to them making some changes and taking care of business tomorrow night.
Final score reads Edina 4 and Grand Rapids nothing. Got one more shout out I forgot about. Patrick Lilia, our broadcast partner, hello to you. We're going to be busy this weekend. We've got a huge weekend of hockey coming up, Bart. This was a great first day.
Yes, sir.
Final score, Edina 4, Grand Rapids nothing. When we, boy, that's it for you, huh? Any closing thoughts?
No, just looking, I appreciate the efforts that all four teams displayed tonight. I thought we saw some great hockey. Looking forward to tomorrow night, a continuation of the same. Doesn't get any easier for the Thunderhawks, does it?
It doesn't get any easier for anybody.
But that can be a signature game for them tomorrow, and it can define some character as well. So they got some.
They've got the goaltending, and they can play the game.
Indeed, they can.
Final score: Edina 4, Grand Rapids nothing. For Bart Archer, Tanner Lalick, our camera operator Todd Grover, and our very own Matt Harrington. I'm Pete Wagner. Good night, everybody.